All right, it's another day, and today we got a good one. We are going to be checking Wayland, launching a game, uncapped FPS, no VSync, just seeing what the FPS is and frame times. Probably game scope as well. And then switching to Xorg, which is already set up as well, testing that. And then seeing what it is, and then installing XLibre and trying it. I know, y'all have been yelling at me for like 6 months to try XLibre. I'm just like, I was like, it's probably a flash in the pan. It's probably gonna disappear in a month or two. But here we are. It's still going. It's still going. I love being proven wrong. Unlike some people online, I don't mind it when I'm wrong. But we're gonna just see if it's any good today, because we're gonna actually install it. So enough of that. Did you see Veritasium video about the XZ backdoor incident? It was mind-blowingly good. Hack the Fox. I don't think I've seen that one. I remember covering it when it got released, and it was really interesting. I'll have to see his take on it, but my angle on the XZ backdoor was too long didn't watch that video. Was FOSS projects are very badly underfunded, and the FOSS community, specifically
the
Linux community, is pretty awful. Just in general, like they just do a very poor job of one, donating to projects like the XZ maintainers needed. Also, there's this elitism slash ungratefulness in Linux, where people just expect things to always work even though they don't pay for anything, and they don't support any project, and they don't understand, like they'll just get into FOSS and they'll just be like some hobbyist that doesn't know programming and just be like, I'm gonna make a bunch of PRs on this open source project because I can. And and that's just the nature of open source. This is the dark side of open source, probably. And what that does is it burned out the main creator of XZ that was maintaining that compression package. And a nefarious actor was able to slip in and take over, essentially. And man, this is the downside to open source. That's the one thing that's like, dude, all right. I mean, it's still better than Microsoft. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go use Windows, because God knows how many backdoors Windows has slipped in for various government agencies into their operating system. And who knows how many vulnerabilities are out there for it. So, you look at all the remote execution flaws in Windows, specifically like just over the file sharing and RDP aspects, and it's scary. It's scary. So don't take this as, hey, open source bad, closed source good. It's just, there's pros and cons to each, and you should understand it. So, but it's very interesting. I'll have to watch his video and see what his take was. XLibre is my new X11 server alternative to Xorg and Wayland. All right. So yeah. And I've also, before we get started, I will. Oh yeah, gaming. I actually already had Final Fantasy 11 or Final Fantasy 7. There's a new version of Final Fantasy 7 out on that just got released that has a whole bunch of stuff, but I already had it on Steam, so I actually didn't buy it on GOG. I bought Final Fantasy 7 I don't know how many times, but I didn't actually want to buy it again. I was like, oh, I already have this. And I actually have multiple versions of it. I think I have the hard copy somewhere. It's probably in my mom's attic or something. The other thing was the Win 11 creator. We're not going to be messing with Windows 11 today or WinUtil. Just need a little bit of a palate cleanser because the last couple days I've been just kind of hammering on that. Still working on, every time I look at it, I'm just like, oh, I could improve that just a little bit more. And I decided, because I am just brain damaged, to make an open source project to essentially grab every networking driver and storage driver ever made in Windows, distill them down, remove all the fluff from them, and compile them in a Git repo so I could clone them onto the Win11 creator, so then it would never ever be missing like an NVMe driver or what is it, IRST for Intel machines and newer laptops, where it won't read the storage and you can't flash Windows. Why? What's just wrong with me? Oh, why do I keep creating new projects? Oh, I'm brain damaged. Anyway, so I was working on that for like 12 hours yesterday. Almost got there. I found a crappy laptop at work. And so the whole premise of this was I was working on this. Somebody brought in and was like, oh, we switched out a laptop, and it was like an Asus Vive-book or Vivo-book or some crappy Asus. Asus has good laptops, I think. They're just screens, I think, suck. They're so washed out, I feel like. At least this one. Anyways, I was working on it, and I was like, oh, you know what would be better if this was all automated? And instead of installing specific drivers and finding them, what if they were just all baked in? And I just had a prompt that said, do you want extended drivers or not? Because I started stripping out all the drivers and just getting like the INF and CAT files that are directly related to them.
Yeah, well,
and
to do the binds.
It's actually not that much space. It's only like 100, 200 megs of space. And I was like, oh, shoot. And I could put that in a Git repository, clean it up a little bit, and then I could just prompt people, you want to install every driver ever made for storage and networking. Not Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's stupid. I'm not doing that. But the others I was gonna do. So I got going on that. I'm really close. I feel like about to make a breakthrough. But I'm not gonna do that on stream today. Because yeah, chat will distract me. Needless to say. They always distract me. Anywho. We appreciate your madness. That's true. God. What about Snappy Installer? Yeah, Snappy Installer is good. Like, Snappy Installer is where I grab most of those packages from. Because Snappy and Driver, if you're not familiar, when you download the driver indexes, it grabs a giant, like, 7Z file, which is a compressed file. And then you can extract that file out. But my idea was, well, everyone using Windows 11 will be on 64-bit machines and only need Windows 11 drivers. So I extracted those big giant compression files out, stripped out all the unneeded drivers and fluff, and then distilled those down and put them in a Git repo. So then you could just clone the repo and there you go. I don't know. This might have been a stupid idea. Time will tell. Sometimes my ideas are dumb, and sometimes they're great. Is Mango WC a full-time DWM replacement? I'm trying it. Today, we're going to really go. What happened to MicroWin? It got forked out. So Coding Wonders had been working on MicroWin for like literally years. And I was like, and he was adding a bunch of options to it. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, this is just getting too bloated. So we removed it. And then he made it into a C# project. And then like 3 or 4 days pass, and then I got a bunch of backlash from removing MicroWin, and I was like, crap. But instead of just like restoring MicroWin, I was like, you know what? I think we could make this better. I think we could just go ahead and create it from scratch. And I really didn't like how scattered all the MicroWin files had been from the whole, past 4 or 5 years. And then it had a whole bunch of like Windows 10 reminiscences in there. And I was like, sometimes it's best just to throw it all in the trash and start over. So I was like, screw it. Let's just start it from scratch again. Sometimes I do that. You might be thinking that's a lot more work. It is. And yeah, but we're too deep in it now to go back. So that's what happened. DMC strike way shut down. Oh god, the last live stream actually got a DMCA. It wasn't a strike, it was just a claim. So I couldn't process any of that. So that's going to take 30 days to process the last live stream. So if you're watching the last live stream and there's no timestamps or processing, that's why. Latin auth proof or something like that. He's a troll, and he does it. He's all over, prolific on YouTube. He's copyright claimed probably thousands, if not tens or hundreds of thousands of videos at this point. I have a theory
the dude abides.
about him. I think so. I looked on Reddit, and Reddit thinks it's like some criminal in like Pennsylvania that runs. That's the actual mastermind between Latin auth perf. Here, let me just show you so you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. It's this guy. Live, and then here we go. We got escrow. Learn more. Oh, maybe it was up here. No. Come on, where was that? Anyways, it was this guy, and there was a claim on the monetization side. Yeah, see details. Yeah, so it's claimed. Somebody trying to claim this live stream. I'm gonna fight it. I just fight these things constantly. See details. Yeah, this guy. Latin auteur. Anyways, this guy. Right here. That guy. Well, apparently Reddit thinks he's like a criminal in like Pennsylvania or something. I think he's been doing this for years now. I think he's an inside man at Google. I think somebody working at Google is claiming people's videos because this guy has done it for 5+ years now. And somebody up there, I think, is making millions of dollars on the back end illegally. And probably because he's protected at this point. Like, he has abused the copyright system for years and years and years. There's been thousands of YouTube creators that have specifically made videos about this guy claiming their material, and YouTube hasn't done anything. I think he works at Google, and I think it's like a pseudonym for someone at Google, and then they're able to claim so many videos because they scrape this content. Like, this was only like an hour or two after the live stream aired, and it was claimed. So somebody's scraping all the stuff on the back end of Google and then immediately putting these copyright claims out, and every single one of these claims are not valid. And he's been doing it for years and years, and Google will not stop him from doing it. So the only conclusion I can draw to is it's someone at Google, and they're making millions of dollars, and he's protected. It's the only thing that makes any kind of sense. Otherwise, anybody with any kind of competency would have banned this person from being able to claim the comments after they see that almost every single video he claims gets invalidated when the actual author or the YouTuber fights it. And I think I went ahead and took action and said it's not valid. He doesn't have claim to that song. It's actually made by Stream Beats and Harris Heller. So that's my tinfoil hat theory of the day. You're welcome. Maybe he is the copyright seed, but I'm telling you, yeah, there's some shenanigans going on at Google with the copyright side of things. I mean, there's been so many videos. I'm not going to do a video about it because it's been done to death, and Google just doesn't care. The question I have is, why doesn't Google care? Why don't they do anything? Because it's them. They're the ones stealing all the money. I think we're onto something. Anyways, let's get into XLibre versus Wayland versus and we'll talk to Chad about this too. Versus Xorg. So if you're not familiar with these, they're compositors in Linux, and they're highly used across the board for gaming mostly. A lot of gaming's happening on Linux these days because it's actually kind of nice. Yeah, don't ever use Windows to Go. That's awful. Never ever use Windows to Go. Terrible. Don't ever do that install option stop loss. I remember. Yeah, anytime I've ever tried Windows to Go, that's just a bad idea. Anyways, all right. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Live chat. I always forget this. And also before we go, do we have any? Nope. No love on YouTube. That's okay. Love you guys still. And Abs, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Niz, thanks for the Prime. And Stop Loss, thank you for the Prime, good sir. All right. Now we can go. Well, so everyone I don't know, is XLibre faster than Wayland in gaming? Is XLibre faster than Xorg and faster than them all? I don't know. We don't know these questions. Everyone's just like, Wayland's better because it's more coded better. XLibre is old. It was meant for mainframes. There's all these things that have been just said, and people just accept them at face value. Well, today, we are going to test it. Now, how do we test it? I'm thinking we just do a real-world test. I'm going to just pull up, I'm thinking like Diablo II Resurrected. We'll do one pass at the cow level because there's a good mob density there, and it's pretty static. Some variance there in that test, but you'll actually be able to see frame times, real-world gaming, and the FPSs uncapped, no VSync, and we would be running the same program each time. I think that would be a decent test. It's not scientific.
Yeah, well,
but good enough.
to do the binds.
Because if we're sitting here doing full tests, dude, if we use like a Phoronix test suite, we're just going to sit here for hours on end watching tests run. And that's just not fun. And I don't want to do that. Maybe Jay's 2 cents gonna, once he gets to this compositor realm of things. I think Jay will eventually switch all the way to Linux. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Vooney, thank you for the tier 1. 6 months. All right. Yeah. I don't know. DX11 versus DX12. I don't know if that'll make any difference here. We could. I'm just trying to think if there's a good test in 76. I just want like a fast test though. Cyberpunk. Do we have Cyberpunk installed? Cyberpunk has a decent test as well. Cyberpunk has a very... Oh, it's installed. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll run a Cyberpunk test as well. All right, let's try that first. A latency test. We'll see. Yeah, Peter might be missing it. Oh well, he can catch the rerun. Steam options set. It's a good question. Oh, well, that's wrong. All right, 1 second. You know what? Let's just grab. We'll do this command. We're gonna do game scope. Most of my games go through game scope these days. Unless they specifically have some kind of Linux compatibility. Does Doom Dark Ages have some kind of benchmarking? Ah, okay. Wayland verse that is latency, not the max FPS. How the hell do you test latency? What do you think? PDA has a built-in. benchmark? What's TDA? Oh, that didn't work. Let's kill GameScope. We'll do just Mango Hut game mode run for this one. We can use like Diablo 2 for GameScope test. We'll make a non-GameScope test and a GameScope test. Oh, okay. Dark Ages. Okay. Maybe you should do that. We'll do Cyberpunk and then we'll install TDA. Oh, this is 7800 XT Xeon X5 3534, I think. So we'll do that. I just want to try this one because I know that's set up, and then we'll check with chat, see if there's anything else they want to run. Benchmarks. Ray tracing ultra seems excessive, but all right, whatever.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Abs, thanks for the resub. A tier 3. Oh, man. Tier 3. Dang. Much appreciated. Yeah, I would say doing NVIDIA has been a bit on the rough side. So it's been like, looks like are we capped at 60? No. Maybe. I think I have VSync on. That's a cap. Although frame times look good. Very, very solid. No spikes or stutters. Yeah, FSR 2's on. Oh, a little bit of choppiness. Oh, that was a little gross. Oh, what is happening there? A little bit of hitching post 60 frames there. Oh, I don't know what's happening there. Maybe some Wayland shenanigans? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's not capped. Whoa. Oh. Alright, we might need to adjust those settings a little bit. What the hell? Alright, well that was gross. Let's go to settings. Yeah, what else we have here? Alright, let's first take off depth of field, lens flare, no motion blur. Let's just put this to stock defaults here. Level of detail. That's awful. Vignette. Film grain. All these are just awful settings. God, why did gaming companies like not know what gamers actually like? It's crazy. We can leave that on. FSR. Can we just take FSR off and see what the stock is? Yeah. All right. We're removing all the extra stupid options. We're just gonna do FSR off and see what happens. So we don't have any fake frames. Turn off ray tracing. All right. No ray tracing. Yeah. Nobody cares about ray tracing. All right. All right. No FSR. We're completely off. No extra stupid options like depth of field, film grade, chromatic aberration, vignette. None of that crap. Nobody likes it. Games stop including it. And stop with the ray tracing. Nobody gives a shit about your ray tracing. Just make the lighting look good like you did back like 15 years ago. It was fine. We didn't even complain. Nobody wants that. Anyways. Let's just try it like this. See what this one looks like.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Oh, thank you for the super chat, Golden. Amazon Kink Retro hard drive, Bazite OS, transfer ROM, BIOS install, play how-to video. Okay. All right, 75 frames. I got quite a bit of choppiness going on here. Yikes, I have no idea what's causing that, but God, is it awful. Couldn't play a game like that. The statistics on the screen say it's okay, but my eyes feel like I'm about to throw up on this stream. What is happening with this? Actually, the FPS is about on par with FSR on. I don't even know. That is crazy. That is some lies on the stats, though. Like, that is not telling the whole story, is it? What is happening? Like, what? What is that? Yeah, sync's off. I guess sync in Wayland is needed. I think if you're gonna run this game, you need to be syncing. What? Yikes. All right. Well, this was a terrible, terrible test. Promo for Win 11. Hey. Part of the charm of Linux is the tinkering. Yeah, GPU usage is pretty low as well. So I don't know what the hell's going on here. What other settings could I try here? Is there anything else? Let's see. Let's go video. VSync's off. I guess we could turn that on. We could go 60. No HDR or any of this, because we're AMD. We could go full screen instead of Windows borderless. I feel like that might net some better results. So this would probably be more accurate. This should fix the stutteriness. But we will be capped with VSync on, I think. Or does it ignore the extra frames? I can't remember. Anyways, let's see what we got. Yeah, we just ran it with VSync off. Alright, this is VSync on. Okay, that's pretty buttery smooth. Full screen, VSync on. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is probably how you should game. No, this ain't Windows. We don't need a restart. Alright. Yeah, that's perfect. This is pretty much how I'd play. Ooh, couple little pops there. Yeah. Yeah, still get some stutters there. I don't know what's happening with the choppiness. Anywho, that's enough of Cyberpunk. Might be like a Wayland issue. Well, I know it doesn't do that on Xorg. We're done. We're done with you, Cyberpunk. Now, somebody said try Doom. Now, that would be more native. I believe... Do we have Doom, the Dark Ages, you said? Do I even have that game? Oh, I think all I have is Doom Eternal. Dude, do I need to buy the Dark Ages? Yeah, VSync on was much better. Oh, is it a Tango? Wayland, Mango? Oh, shoot. Let's see. Might have been... Oh. Allow tearing. Default is 0. Disable 1. Enable. Tearing allows you to bypass the VSync's lower latency. Allow tearing. Enable per window. Yeah, not an option here. We'll put it towards the bottom. Probably switch that. What are we rocking right now? Preferred current. You know, this did pull in my other monitor rules. One thing I liked about Hyperland is you could specify the model and serial number of monitors, so then you could just add them all. Because I use my config at multiple different spots. These configs were for my inside PC. Let's go here. Let's just change this to A2. And we're going to change the refresh to a 120 as well. All right, gravy. Let's reload that. I'm kind of curious. So now if we go WL Randar, this is a current at 120 refresh. And then I want to run that Cyberpunk one more time. I'm sorry, guys. I just hate to leave it on that. I know some people would be crying foul. I wasn't on 120 hertz either. So we upped it to 120 hertz, and now we also have allow tearing 1. Right? Was that it? Yeah, we did. Okay. So we're good. Yeah, we reloaded the config. So now we should be up to like 120 FPS. Let's check our settings again. And we'll try it. Yeah, I want to give it the best. Like each one I want to kind of try and tinker with a little bit, because I know people will go, oh, you didn't try it this way. And I would like to get it, show one, what the defaults are, but also like with a little bit of tinkering what you can do as well. All right, we're going to go VSync up to 120. And we're gonna leave everything else pretty much the same, I think. Right? No FSR, no ray tracing, none of the extra crap nobody runs with in games anyways. Unless they're like a noob and just don't know any better. Film grain. Like, who ever wanted to be like, you know what I wish I had in my gaming session? A bunch of grainy film. Wouldn't that look cool instead of sharp graphics? Oh, you know what else I want? I want to be blinded with some God rays. That would be amazing. Nobody has ever, no gamer has ever said that. Still stuttering, man. Yeah, this one sucked. I think we don't need to run the whole test. That one just sucks. All right, no better. Okay. Yeah, we tried it with VSync off. We tried it with VSync on. We tried to refresh. We tried to do an allow tearing option. Let's just say Cyberpunk would run like a hot turd on Wayland. Now, Diablo 2 I know runs perfect, because I've played the living hell out of Diablo 2 on this. So, we'll try that in Xorg 2. But I do want to show Wayland isn't like just, I think that was a more fringe case. Let's try some Diablo 2, because that's what I've actually been playing. Like, I'm not playing Cyberpunk these days. So, we're going to check the settings here and see what we got. So, for Diablo 2, we'll go Options, 180, Resolution Scale, no Virtual Sync. Oh, I kind of want to do that. We could do a frame cap, but I think we're going to just leave VSync off, frame cap uncapped. We'll just do... hell, let's put it up to very high, right? That looks good to me. And we'll just go Nightmare Cows. My guy's not up yet. This is my new ladder character. Alright, so we're at a paltry 240. Man, I love my 20-year-old games. Although this is a newer game. It does look good, though.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Alright, we're good, we're good. Alright, let's just do some cows. That should give us some pretty consistent density. I don't think we're gonna have a problem. No vibe coding today? Maybe. Off stream, though. Off stream, right? Ooh, I did notice there was. Is that my cursor? Okay, yeah. Alright. 180. That's pretty good. Alright, let's go get Wirt's leg and test this out. It looks good, though. Can we go to the old? Oh, you can't go back to the old graphics. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I love popping in the old graphics from like 20 years ago just so you can kind of see it. Pretty consistent, feels good, plays good. I don't think we actually probably need to go to cows. I do like it though. I do need a crystal sword and nightmare. Socket it to 4, get my spirit, so we can go up to hell difficulty. Ooh, a jewel. Nice. Alright, we'll go grab Wirt real fast. While I'm here, I don't want to waste this whole run either. Alright, that looks good to me. Oh, man, I tell you. I absolutely love the soundtrack in Tristram. The guitar just plays at my heartstrings every time. Why would that guy die? Yeah. There you go. Anyways. Let's go grab Wirt's leg. And before Chris plays for now. Well, we're just testing out the feasibility is all. Just to make sure they've got no drops in actual gameplays. You know, benchmarks don't tell the full story. We gotta do some game testing here. All right. You're like a kid. Fair. All right. I think that's good. That's a good test. I just wanted to show 2 different tests. Now, I want to switch over to Xorg, right? Was there anything else before we switch off of Wayland? Anything else we should do? WLDRM, no atomic environment variable before Mango starts, successfully enabling screen. Oh. So the screen tearing on just to give Wayland one more shot. Since Cube popped in, Cube usually has some good ideas. So, 1 second. Was I running at 800 by 600? No. I wasn't running at 800 by 600. That was Legacy Daphis. That would not have looked that good at 800 by 600, good sir. It would have been blocky as hell. Anyways. Yeah, the legacy one was what you're seeing in options. What we'll do here, since the environment variable is not set, we're going to set the variable right here in Steam properties as well. And that should allow for tearing not to happen. Nah, I didn't reboot. But we can set the variable on startup. I just made the variable set on launch here. No, you can do an export as well. You could export it in you could do something like that and then just echo.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
And you can see it set like 1. If you're like, hey, I need to check this again. Kane, thank you for the tier 1, man. Alrighty, now let's see what we get this time. We've set our screen tearing Wayland WLR environment variable. This is Mango only. You know, obviously, if you're on Hyperland or something, they do things a little differently. And Mango's still a very young project, so take this with a grain of salt. So, you know, it's going to get better every single waking moment that time passes. Let's see the benchmark. Show me the greatness. I don't think so. Maybe better. Gets really. Yeah. Yeah, motion blur's not on either. All right, that's just awful. Let's just chalk that up. Mango WC with Cyberpunk with my setup. No bueno. There. Yeah, no. Yeah, the environment variable set on Steam startup. We also manually set it. It's on. It doesn't. You don't need to reboot every time to set an environment variable. All right, let's try Xorg now, and we'll try it. Oh, it has to be before Mango starts. All right, fine. Here, just to appease everyone, we'll give it a reboot. Yeah, just buy a console. But just to appease everyone, we'll reboot from scratch, check in with the wolf, and then we'll launch it again with Wayland. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to matter. Only a logout is needed. Well, I'm going to go ahead and reboot just to distill all possible things. We're setting the environment variable at etc environment, which is very universal. And we also are setting that variable on startup of the game. Probably, obviously not needed with the etc environment variable. You cannot mix out shader cache for Xorg or Wayland. Clear the shader cache. Really? It's the first time I've heard that. Something reasonable. How do you clear the shader cache in Steam? Isn't it like LD underscore... Oh, I think I have to clear the shader cache for Age of Empires 4 because I've had some game crashes. Yeah, I think it's options, right? Oh, it's in options, just in settings? Alright. Let's clear the shader cache. Maybe there's like an old shader cache too. What do you think? Settings, storage, interface, something like that? Alright. let's clear that. And we'll clear the shader cache as well. Don't want to anger the Linux nerds. Let's clear that shader cache. Could you turn up the volume, please? No, you're going to have to do that on your end.
To do the binds.
I don't have access to your volume controls. Kane, thank you for the gifted subs, man. Much appreciated. Oh, man. All right. So I don't dox myself. I'm going to check to see if I can't find this in the settings. I mean, I'm going to dox myself anyways, but try and cut down on that as much as I can. All right. Shader cache. You said storage, maybe? I don't see shader cache. Sync object underscore enable equals 1 requires. What the hell? What's that, gamma lambda? It's storage or interface. All right. I'm looking in storage. I don't see shader cache in here. Let's try interface. Yeah, there's nothing. So I don't see shader cache in here. And if we go to storage, I don't see shader cache in here. Okay, it's in local share Steam app shader cache. There's one in downloads, but I don't think there is one. Go to downloads. All right, let's see what we got here. Clear download cache. That's just the download cache, though. Yeah, this is just the local download cache. We'll clear that out, sure. All right, we're going to remove the .local shares cache. That sound good? RMRF. Yeah, I think that's fair. Chat would never RMRF me in the wrong direction, would they? All right. I read, dude. You guys, chat is so impatient. Y'all have no patience, I tell you. Oops. Forgot. Somebody gave me the wrong one. What did I throw in trash, by the way? Anyways. Yes. Empty that out. All right. Shader cache is cleared. Chris, read chat. Man. I don't know. I think y'all are wrong. Think you're all wrong. Turn off shader pre-caching. Shader pre-caching, where's that at? Options, downloads, bottom. Okay. I think y'all are wrong, but you know what? It's fine. Settings, downloads. I don't know about that, but let's try it. Oh, never mind. Shit. You guys are right. All right. Right here at the bottom, shader pre-caching. Enable pre-caching, 4 gigabytes pre-cached. Turn that off. All right. Shader pre-cache is done. So now we've turned off shader pre-caching. we will exit Steam and relaunch it. All right, so we turned off pre-caching. Done that. We set the tearing environment variable. We've cleared it all. Guys, it's going to do the same thing. I almost guarantee it's going to do the same thing. Pre-caching's good. It's just Wayland people. They're all brain damaged. What? You guys know that, right? Those Linux Wayland people, they're a bunch of hippies. I'm telling you. Hippity dippity. It's just not gonna work, guys. Yeah, next they're gonna be like, you gotta just reinstall the entire system. Did you not read the manual? In the manual, it specifically says if you take the square root of the flux capacitor and times it by x3554, it would then, of course, not have screen tearing. God, you idiot. I can't believe you. You know what I do in Xorg? I hit play. And guess what? It works. Oh. I'm just teasing you guys. You know I'm just playing. All right. Let's go. Let's run our benchmarks. Let's see this perfect, smooth Wayland experience. Here we go, guys. All right, here's Wayland in all its glorious 15 years or 30 years of progress of it replacing Xorg, and it just not quite living up to Xorg's stuff. But here we go. Silence. Here we go. Same shit. Wayland sucks. So not smooth. I'm gonna force you to sit through this whole benchmark. Just from that. Oh my god, I think it's worse. I don't know. It's AMD. This is about as stock best scenario you could get for any kind of Linux setup. God bless you Linux folks in your Wayland. I'm just giving up on a Wayland at this point. Wayland sucks. Full screen, VSync, on, off. We've tried it all. We've done all the different ones. Now we've got a bunch of more variables to add. Sync, object, enable, adaptive sync. We're done. No. I'm calling the line here, guys. We're not spending 3 hours troubleshooting a bunch of stuttering that should not happen. No. It had its shot. It failed miserably. That's all we're gonna go. All right. On to the next. Rude, but accurate. I'm giving it a good try, but we're not sitting here troubleshooting stuttering and Cyberpunk for 3 hours. Because guess what? A gamer sure as shit wouldn't do that. Hey, and this is still pretty new, guys. It's fine if it doesn't work today. It's not to say it won't work tomorrow. And I'm sure somebody will write me up a nice little explanation of why and what I did wrong. I'm turning pre-caching back on, though. All right, here we go. Let's put Old Faithful on, my favorite, my 30-year-old setup that just keeps on chugging along and working perfectly every time I run it. The oldest, the granddaddy, the best of all, DWM on old Xorg. Old broken ass Xorg that just seems to work just fine. All right, here we go, guys. Ready? My 100 kilobyte file. All right. PyCom, offending options refresh rate. Ooh, oh yeah. PyCon must have got updated and they removed refresh rate. Oh, refresh rate's no longer valid. Oh, okay. What are we on? We should be 120, 1080. Okay, we're the same. Same. All right, let's launch some Steam. Oh, Peter, you missed all the Wayland fun. Now we're trying plain old Xorg, and then we're going to install XLibre. And try that. Yeah, I think Mango, but Mango's really well done. Like, with the Mango with the Noctalia shell, most beautiful setup I've seen so far. Easiest setup, great wizard, pretty solid. And honestly, from the games I played on Mango, Age of Empires and Diablo II and Fallout 76, those 3 games, that's really all I need. I don't really care about these other games, like Cyberpunk. I don't care. I was just trying it out for y'all, for entertainment. Let's change that pre-caching. All right. So we're going to take pre-caching down here at the bottom. Turn that back on. Background processing of Vulkan shaders. Nah, we don't want that. All right, we're going to try Cyberpunk once more. Yeah, we need content, right? It's all about the content. Oh no, Cyberpunk crashed. We didn't add any extra. Do I need to exit after turning pre-caching back on? I think I got to exit and log back in. 1 second. Fallout 76 got an update? Alright, now it's good. Alright, cool. Alright, fine. Now let's exit and relaunch with the pre-cache on. Because that's what I always run on. Let's go Steam. Go to old Xorg. Let's see what happens. Watch it crash and not work. That'd be hilarious. I think it's the pre-cache download that exited out. We just need to exit and relog back in. Screen tearing? Well, Wayland had some pretty... I don't know if that was screen tearing, but it was not good. Let's just say that. That's for you to decide. You can rewind the tape on that one if you like. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, process Vulkan shaders. I never get screen tearing on Xorg. The Wayland people are like, what the hell? How the hell did he get screen tearing on Wayland? That's like an accomplishment. I know. I'm just that good. What can I say? Developers run from me. They see me coming on Linux and they're like, oh no, what have I done? Titus is trying it out. This isn't good. He's gonna tear everything apart and break it. Oh yeah, Phoenix Cube. I have seen that one. Well, right now it's like just scaffolding, I want to say. It's still heavily reliant on like the older Wayland or the older Xorg stuff. What is your refresh rate of your display? 120. 120 is the perfect refresh rate for me. It's divisible by 60, and then I can stream using it. And I can have higher refresh rate. So, yeah, that's what. Alright, here we go. Are we still going to get the stutter? It'd be kind of funny if it just did the exact same thing as it did in Wayland. It could. Alright, we're going to leave all the options the exact same. We're going to hit run benchmark, confirm. We're not going to change anything. Oh, no. What? What happened here? Okay, well. I don't know what was up with that. Let's just restart things. Weird. It was just a bug. Cyber bug. It's okay. We'll just relaunch. Xorg even more broken. No, it's fine. It's fine. Watch, this time it's gonna work. It works every time. Except for the last 2 times. Not so much then. Results on Wayland were pretty pathetic. Although we were probably averaging on Diablo 2, I want to say like what, 230 frames per second? It was like in between 180 and 230, I think, is where that was headed. Interesting. Oh, 1 second. I'm just gonna check the Proton DB real fast. Is there something with Cyberpunk I don't know about? Hippies versus grandpas. Here we go. It's about as big of a shit show as you think. All right. Windows users are like, you know what I do? I hit play. Oh, God. Game performance? What's game dash performance? That's crazy. I am going to take those options, though. These other options. Ooh. Let's just grab that. Let's see what we got again. What do we do for the options? Oh, we were doing that WLR one. Maybe that was causing some issues. I will do the launcher skips, though. That's just annoying. Let's just try plain Jane. Maybe remove that one. I'm going to leave that variable in just because I'm going to keep bouncing back and forth. I really do think Mango WC is the future of Wayland if I were to do Wayland. So, here we go. I think it's probably just the launcher. Sometimes external launchers kind of screw up Linux gaming. Here we go. Get ready. We're trying it out. Probably Xorg is usually what I always end up going back to. But you never know. Oh, weird. I think it's the full screen window setting. I need to switch it back to borderless. We tried borderless, and then we switched it from borderless to full screen, and I think Cyberpunk really doesn't like full screen on Linux. Makes me wonder. Let's just kill that. I created a script to just kill all, like, anytime I'm doing, like, Lutchers, Wine, Steam, and it seems like things are just kind of hanging out. We'll do that, but let's set this back to borderless windowed. I feel like that would be the best for this. Yeah. A lot of developers, too. It just depends on the game. Everybody does it a little different. All right, we're going to leave it alone. Get to the settings menu. I'm not going to touch it. And then we're going to go settings. Video. Switch to borderless. Then we're going to run the benchmark. We could also put it in game scope. Sometimes putting it in full screen mode and then wrapping it in game scope helps too. So, plenty of options. All right, here we go. We're going to hit space. Let it load. Then we're just going to come down to settings. Can't see my damn cursor. All right, well, that's fine. All right. All right. Borderless. All right, great. Borderless windowed. That seems good. I got my cursor back. Now we can run the benchmark. Yes, here we go. Oh, is it gonna happen? What a shit show this is. Oh well. No cursor allowed. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. Dude, that's the Xorg I know and love. Chef's kiss. It's old, but it works. I'm just saying. Just saying. Say what you will about this old-ass compositor, but reliable it is. All right, now we got to try XLibre. Let's go ahead and load up Diablo 2, do 1 or 2 runs just to see it. Since we already got the cow level, we'll load into cow level, see some mob density, see if we get any drops or anything. But I imagine it'll be more of the same on the FPS. As someone in chat said earlier, it's mostly about latency, not FPS, between the compositors. Anyways, that looked good, felt good. I think we can easily say Xorg definitely gets the W there. The Quake benchmark. Which one are you guys talking about? I don't think I have the Dark Age one that people wanted me to run. There's no cow level? All right, I'm going to show you guys the cow level. We already got the items for it. So we'll do some cows. We'll do a quick cow run. Latency's just where from your graphics card to your monitor, essentially. Or from the CPU to the graphics card, I don't know. That's what just someone in chat was saying. I don't know. I'm not Jay's 2 cents up in here, man. I don't know. Do you need to recompile DWM if you got XLibre? Yeah, I'll show you guys the res and everything. I don't think that was a resolution thing. Yeah, see? We're full screen, 1080p. No VSync, no frame rate cap. It's fine. What you guys were seeing was the old school res down here. Legacy video settings. That was for when you... now, in the latest expansion of Diablo 2, you can't use G to get out of it. So, anyhow. Just... one of those things. Somebody in chat just saw the legacy one. Was like, oh, 800 by 600? That's crazy. But no, we're on 1080p. Alright. Let's do some cows. We'll throw up this. Cow level, here we come. Ready? The secret cow level. Here we go. Moo. Moo. Now, it does look like... oh, oops. Almost died. It does look like the... oh. What is happening here? Do I have the right one? How weird. Usually it doesn't take this long. I must have screwed up my build somewhere. Anywho. Ooh, protector shield. I think we got it. Moo, 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 moo. That's crazy. What? Where did I screw up my build? Oh, did we go to hell? Oh, this might be hell. I don't think I did nightmare cows. Oh. Oops. Oh, that's my bad. Ooh, let me grab that sapphire real fast. And that jewel. And that healing potion. Oh. You saw nothing. Anywho, I think we got it. Let me grab my gold and then we'll just alright, I think I got it. Dude, did I lose 50,000 gold? That seems excessive. Anywho. Alright. I think we can say pretty solid. I would say the FPS was a little bit lower than Mango, but not too much. It's all like well above the refresh cap, so I don't really care. And it worked pretty good. No issues that I could see. It was Nightmare. I just suck. Okay, well, that tracks. Let's do some XLibre action now. Now, let's, oh, geez, I have to log, oh, because we're switching between compositors, it logs you out of everything. All right, chat, well, I'll just have to read you on my external monitor here. Actually, do I still have that chat button over here?
Shenanigans.
Oh, I do. Okay, cool. There is still a chat button there. All right, cool. I just wanted to see if that still worked. I hadn't pressed that button for a while.
Shenanigans.
I don't know why I added that to it, but okay. All right, XLibre. Let's install the new Xorg, the new thing. Follow the instructions here. All right, let's yank that. I'm not sure on that reference. I know. I never will. I do have a bug whenever I load Chrome up. I gotta switch to Helium. I tell you what. All right, let's go. First off, let's switch to binary packages, because Lord knows I don't want to be rebuilding all this. Oh. All right, added that to our GPG. Let's just grab this. We're gonna change our Pac-Man repos. etc pacman.com, and we'll just toss this below chaotic AUR. Alrighty, and then we're just gonna take this guy. We'll clear that out. Just update our packages. You can see XLibre on there now. Now, let's just run an SYU. Upgrade a few packages here. And by a few, is there any Libre packages is it grabbing? I don't see any Libre packages, actually. Then install the packages you have listed. Yeah, it's not grabbing anything from XLibre. It's up to date. Huh. All right, here's XLibre. We'll go ahead and do the update. I don't think that's enough, though. I don't see any Xorg packages getting replaced by XLibre. All right, as I instructed, you need to install those. Okay, here's the instructions. We added the Pac-Man key. We added the repo. We did our system update. Now, to get the much lower graphics latencies, we need to do a clone of the XF86 Video AMG GPU from Joseph Crowell. Cool name. All right, Joseph. Let's clone your AMD GPU Xorg driver. Yep. Let's mess and set up this build, shall we? Do we not have messin'? Let's just grab some messin'. Set up build. Then we're gonna ninja this guy. Oh, Xorg server not found. What? Oh, it's grabbing it from cache. Oh, crap. My cache's conflicting with XLibre. 1 second. It's okay. It's okay. We just gotta set the priorities here. Somebody mentioned vibe code, and let's vibe it with some Jippity here. Change my XLibre Pac-Man repo to be higher priority than the rest. Yes, what could happen wrong? Yes, all right, XLibre. Then just move it to the top. Wow. Well, that seems difficult. Alrighty. Well, instead of it being at the bottom, we're just going to take that and kapow. Sweet. Bam. And now we should have no. Shoot. I guess you could just do a Pac-Man, but I would rather do that. Yeah, but what's happening is when we do Xorg server, it should overwrite the cache extra v4 with this one. For some odd reason, cache's taken precedent. Oh, I think we go back to Vanilla Arch. Yeah, we did a sync. Oh. Oh. Did I not? Oh. Yep. I got it. We got there. Hey, let's say organize these into a yay install. I got it. No, I think this is gonna work perfectly. We have 3 messages remaining before they want money. We can get it in 3 messages. Ah, yes. Copy. Here we go. Should we just install it all? I feel like that's a little excessive, right? I'm just kidding. All right. Let's just grab XLibre server. Probably will want XLibre video AMD GPU. Oh, or we could use the XF GPU as well. Let's grab XLibre video AMD GPU. Oh, I should just get all of them? Okay, fine. We'll just do them all. All right, so we have all these conflicts. Remove. Yes. Remove. Yes. Remove. Yes. Proceed. We're going all to XLibre. Here we go. Bunch of errors. That's okay. Just refresh that one more time. All right, one more time. Yes. 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 And yes. There we go. Second time's the charm. Driver now uses DR3 for default direct rendering infrastructure. You can fall back to DR2 if you run into trouble. To do so, add a comp file, put DR2 as an option. DRI3 is now the default. All right, cool. Nice. All right, cool. All right, so now we're officially on XLibre. Well, not officially. We still got to reboot. But let's get this new GPU driver thing you got. System will go to GPU, whatever. So we did mess and build. Did we do mess and setup build? Ah, okay, cool. Now we're good to go. We are missing one header. F4cc is not there. Feel like that's probably not needed. We're going to ignore it for now. Now we're gonna go Ninja. J16. Look at this peasant. 16. We're gonna go 32. Nice. Done. Now we're gonna go sudo copy source AMD GPU drive SR, and then we're gonna toss that in the modules of the library right over here. Bam. All right, let's just sudo make directory. We'll just get the whole path, I imagine. It'll be fine. Just put that in there. Now we'll do a copy. That's fine. All right, that's there. The system will go to TTY. Will it? It did not. Did I mistype server? Am I missing X server? Surely not. No, I got it. It's installing right here. I know, it's kind of a miracle, isn't it? All right. All right, so we switched out X server. We went ahead and put this extra AMD driver to Peter's suggestions here. Now, what is the over-under of this actually working? All right, so this is X11. We're about to go from the old to the new X server with XLibre. Is everybody ready? Oh, yeah. There should be two chats. The first chat's normal chat. The second one's just you yelling at you because of your mistakes. Well, no one would use the first chat. Damn. That's what these live streams are for. We're just going to do a whole reboot. We're going to check in with the wolf, get back in. We're good to go. All right, we got a whole brand new rendering server that's just going to be, it's Xorg on steroids. Supercharged, gaming mode enabled, ultra performance. Let's go. You did something wrong. DWM would have crashed if you've done it correctly after copying that file. Maybe I'm just so good my computer doesn't crash anymore. Have you ever thought of that scenario? Just saying. All right, here we go. XLibre, does it even show it on the startup here? Oh shoot, look at that. DWM XLibre. Officially on XLibre. What package am I missing? I don't think I'm missing a package. I think I got it all. I installed every XLibre package they make. And then I installed that one AMD GPU package. Now, it probably didn't crash because it was actually on X11, not XLibre at the time. So we needed to relaunch into XLibre, and then I bet you if I would have added that driver midway through, it would have crashed. So that's probably what you're thinking. All right. I think it's time to launch into... what, Cyberpunk, I think is what we're using? All right, Pac-Man QS XLibre. Before we launch into games, let's make sure. Want to settle everybody's nerves, make sure we're on XLibre. All right, here you go. Just so you are at ease. Oops, 1 second. I forgot a hyphen there. All right, just so you're at ease, here is all the XLibre. You can see all the XLibre drivers are installed. All the awesomeness is there. I think we're ready, right? 48 packages. I'm no mathematician, but that does not look like 48 packages. All right. Do a WC space -L. Here we go. Seems like it's taking an awful long time. Oh. Nah. Oopsies. You know, I think most people stream and they troll the streamer. I flipped the script on that. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, yeah, 27. It looked like not 48 to me. Or 42? I don't know. What was it? I think we got almost everything that you got. I don't see anything that's missing there. Out of that list that you gave me, we are missing like VM. No, VM mouse is there. What about Loca? I don't see a Loca. Yeah. I think it's fine. XLibre drivers is what I'm missing. I don't know. Maybe your count's wrong. I think 27's correct. I installed everything. Oh, it's fine, guys. We're there. I think ye of little faith. I've got good vibes on this session. So I think I'm right. We're on XLibre. It's showing XLibre. Let's roll. Let's try out old Cyberpunk. XLibre it up here. What do you think? I got good vibes going on here. I'm thinking it's gonna work fantastic. I just got a good feeling about it. I just woke up today and I was like, you know what? It's gonna be a good day. Now, do you think there's going to be any difference between Xorg and XLibre? That's the next thing. What do you think? Hey, I use GPT to distill those commands. It surely wouldn't leave anything out. AI is never wrong. Why Proton shaders instead of Proton cache? I didn't know Proton cache was even a package. Ooh, you know, I should have checked to see if there was any Xorg leftovers. What do you think? Although there are, doesn't XLibre still use some of Xorg? I could be wrong there. All right, let's go video. No changes. Just gonna run the benchmark. Should start around 70, dip in the 60s, maybe even 50, and then end smooth. That would be what I imagine will happen here, as it's what kind of Xorg showed us. Proton dash cache. All right, let's see. We're in the 70s, dropping about 80. It's looking good, nice and smooth as butter. Oh yeah. Even upper 80s there. Nice flat frame times, no jitters, no tearing. Comes the door. We should get a drop in FPS. All right, there we go. Still in the 60s. And a little reflection, and then pan to the palm trees. Should get another drop. Still 60s, 70s. There's our 50s. There we go. Predictable. Yeah, crispy, looks good. I wonder, do you think VRR or any of the other options that are normally grayed out, you think those are actually available now? Let's check. Let's go video. Yeah, we don't have any HDR. That's what I was looking for. That'd be kind of cool. Get HDR. Yeah. VRR. I thought XLibre had VRR. I could be wrong. Ugh. Let's see. I think my monitor supports it. HDR only full screen. Yeah, I thought so.
Look, I want to say, I know you know a lot of super people, so
Let's see here.
thanks for thanking of me.
Tal, thanks for joining the fans over on YouTube. So, HDR and VR might work. So how do you set it? All right, works. We put the AMD GPU. Use mode setting. Oh, here you go. We'll do AMD, and we'll make sure we're using that AMD GPU driver, shall we? That would be bad. I don't think we do mode setting driver. Let's verify though. Ooh, I should check to see if my actual pass-through still works too. I'll post a video with your results, maybe. Yeah, let's go LSPCI. I've been super lazy lately though. All right, here we go. We're using AMD GPU. Nice. All right. So let's go sudo invim etc x11 xorg.com. Oh, actually I already had AMD GPU driver on. Actually, let's see. So that was section output class. I think this is actually wrong up here, right? Match driver. Oh, Path of Exile? Oh, I don't have Path of Exile 2. I was waiting for it to be free. You guys underestimate how cheap I am. Or frugal. But I'm cheap. Alright, Oh, I like that. I don't know if that output class is actually valid, though. I feel like removing that. That just doesn't feel right. Yeah. Okay, okay. I'm gonna just get that done. But I also want to see on the X11 server, was there any other... Nah, it's just the AMD. Yeah, I haven't used Path of Exile in a long time. Are they still releasing expansions for the original? And where... I thought Path of Exile 2 was going to replace the original. Maybe not? I don't know. I haven't been keeping up. Yeah, I think Path of Exile 2 is still... Well, heck, let's check. There's all the speculation. Path of Exile. Did I spell it wrong? I don't see it, actually. Did they get removed from the store? Path of Exile. Oh yeah, I don't see Path of Exile. Weird. But I have it here. Well, I don't know. That's weird. Oh, apparently I don't know how to search. I'm just doing Path of Exile here. It doesn't show. Maybe... Oh, I think I have like sexual themes and stuff blocked. Maybe it's like flagged as like mature or something. Oh well. Yeah. I have an extra Steam code for PoE2. Can I send it to you? Yeah. Just contact at christitus.com. Oh, it's flagged as mature for the filters. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything else hidden. Oh well. I'll add that. Alright, so we did the new mode setting. Was there anything else? Tearfree disables VRR. I used this. Really? Look at this one. But driver mode setting. I don't think you'd want that. Okay, you do want just variable refresh on, no tear free. Okay, well, good to know. So we're going to take off tear free. And I don't think there was any other changes. Somebody also mentioned like a cache proton package that I'm not using. Let me see what's up with that. Proton Cache. Oh. I didn't know there was a Casio tip. I didn't even know this is a thing. That's cool. Let's go. Let's grab that as well. Yeah, we'll set it in Steam globally too. Agreed. And where is that? Is it accessibility? No. It would be compatibility. And then we're going to set it to... Oh, got to restart Steam. I know. 1 second. I'll open it back up. Once I get to that page. The intro page kind of doxes me when it comes to the settings in Steam. Has like, I think like a friend code and then email, which I really don't care. It's been linked many times on stream, but friend code kind of sucks. I don't know what that does exactly. I just know it's not great. All right. So we have that. We're going to set the Proton Cache to that. So then it'll be Proton Cache from now on for the default compatibility tool. So that's good. I think we give it another reboot to implement the Xorg comp file with variable refresh rate. Does anybody know testing the variable refresh rate? What's that look like? Okay. Everybody can add you as friend. Okay, well, never mind. Oh, shit, I'll just stop bothering with that then if people just see the name and they can just use the name instead. Okay, so I'm not doing anything. Got you. Oh, awesome. Thanks so much, Vaz. Much appreciated, Vaz. Can you disable Vulkan shaders while using Proton Cache OS? Why would I want to disable Vulkan shaders? Yeah, I already have GLX gears. Oh, okay. What's the TLDR of that, Fluffy? Disable pre-caching if you're using Cache GE. Yeah, this one should have VR. It's a modern monitor. Actually, I didn't cheap out on it finally. I got rid of my Fire Legend monitor and I got a Samsung. So I finally upgraded my monitor. Okay. They have all the stuff playing with no shader pre-caching. Alright, good to know. Load that up. Dude, I gotta install Helium. Chrome gives me so many problems now. Every stream I talk about it, I'm like, I'm gonna do it, but then I don't. Let me see that article that Fluffy posted about Cache. Oh, God. Alright, 1 second. Oh, good. pull this out and we'll test it. Was there any other tests we need to do? I felt like we had pretty much everything. Oh, dude. One second. I gotta re-auth since I switched my compositor. So I gotta re-auth into all my crap. Blah. think I got it. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize I'm in my garage. They're like, man, it's awfully quiet. But it was like, I think I did it in like 2020, way back in the day. All right, I think I got that now. We're good. That, everything's good there. All right. We are back in business. All right, guys. What do I miss? Now, Fluffy did link an article earlier. Was there anybody to check variable refresh rate if it was actually on or off? No, Helium's a Chromium-based browser. All right, pre-caching shaders with CachyOS, GE, and EM. Downloading. Allow background passing and enable shader pre-caching. It's highly recommended to increase your shader cache size after disabling. It's advised to disable Steam's pre-caching feature when utilizing these specific ones. Proton GE is on the list as well. So if you're, many people out there do use Proton GE. I have as well. They already contain all the necessary codecs to play videos inside of games, and nowadays a relatively modern GPU-CPU combo can should be more than capable of dealing with the compile shaders in-game. If, however, you have time to spare, then you can ignore this tip and let Steam pre-compile some shaders for your game. Disable the feature, allow background processing of Vulkan shaders and pre-caching. Under Steam settings downloads, uncheck these settings. Oh, wow. There's people trying to use NTFS and Linux. Ah, suckers. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Water's wet, sky's blue. You gotta redo your partition there. I remember trying that. Don't feel too stupid for trying it. But it's a dumb idea. I get it, but yeah, it's a dumb idea. Bring more debloat options to your tool. Actually, I was looking at that, and I was actually gonna pull in probably like all the AppX packages into like a separate window, and then we would just uninstall by clicking which ones we want, and then uninstalling. So actually, I'm way ahead of you there. It's on the to-do list. You don't have. I don't think it's like a huge deal about the pre-caching. I don't think it's that matter. It doesn't matter that much. Yeah. Oh, okay. Xrandar grep your refresh rate. I don't think Xrandar will show any oh, that's actually wrong. It's at 60 right now. Oh. Oh man, I never updated this when I switched out my monitor. Oops. How long ago was that? Damn. All right. Helium better than Brave? I think so. I think Helium's gonna be like the next big browser that most people use. Alright, now we got that. Now we're at 120. All that looks good. What else we have? Did my monitor not come back up? It's showing on stream, but huh. Well, that's weird. HDMI? No? Okay. What the hell? I guess I could just look at my stream preview and just wing it. Oh, alright. Just as I was getting comfortable. Alright, well, I need to test that auto start anyways. Was there anything else I needed to test on XLibre? Does VRR even work on HDMI? These are all good questions. For some odd reason, my mirror... I can't remember how... I think I have it set up as a pass-through. So it should technically work at 120. Everything feels good. There's the wolf. We love the wolf. Okay, yeah. It showed up here. Let's see. Alright, showing up here. That's fine. Okay, it's on the stream preview. But not my monitor. Weird. So VRR, when setting it to a custom refresh, is not showing here, but it's working through the capture card. Alright, well, I guess that's okay. Huh. Maybe the VRR works at 60? How's VRR work exactly? Will it just auto adjust? Huh. Okay, it showed back up on my main display on the pass-through. It could also be the capture card stripping out some of the VRR. It might change the signal a little bit, so when I'm capturing it, maybe it doesn't pass it through correctly then. Oh, yeah, I don't think VRR will work on a capture card. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we could fix all that. That's fine. All right, let's check Xrandar props. I agree, abs. Grab. Yeah, VRR capable 1. So, yeah, these other ones are disconnected. And then the last one's the A-1, and it says VRR capable 1. So I think we're good. Is there any other, but how the hell do you even know? Yeah, we could fix that. I know some OCD people are like, it's all wrong. Let's fix that for you OCD folks. Well, there you go. Yeah, so if you go sudo invim etc x11 xorg.com and then you look at the FreeSync, this is what we have in there. Device AMD variable refresh on. What do you think? Change the highlight color for less flashbang. How do I do that? Oh, the refresh rate you set is the cap for VRR. Ah. Well, that sucks. So I can't use this. Maybe I should just go tear-free. Because if I try VRR with this, I'm going to be running at 60 frames. So I probably would be just better off with just tear-free. Yeah, probably something like that would be okay. And then, so get rid of VRR altogether, and then tear-free. Let's reboot. That should work this time. Yeah, I can't use VRR with my capture because the capture card needs a consistent refresh rate. I mean, it was working. It's just I don't care about VRR if my cap is 60 frames. That sucks. So I'm gonna go up to 120 since I'm doing a capture. But since 60 is divisible by 120, it's fine. And I can see it here on my monitor, and then I can also see it on the capture card. So that's why I am gonna just disable VRR and go to tearfree instead at 120. Yeah, I could have just logged out. But sometimes it doesn't start. Sometimes it doesn't kill the Xorg server. Or I should say the XLibre server. Maybe XLibre works a little different. Maybe it refreshes the comp files better. That's a good improvement, if so. Don't do 100 frames gaming. Oh. Bro, I play old games. I like my 100+ frames. I want that to be smooth. Alright. So now if we go xrandr, boom, everything's right. Right as rain. We got the proper 120 set. I can see it. You can see it. Everything's great. And we got tearfree. So if we look at this, feel good about it. I gotta export all my bookmarks and crap. All right, we're downloading Helium next. I'm tired of Chrome. Guys, I gotta ditch Chrome. It just sucks. We all knew it. You guys have been yelling at me for like the last month. And yeah, we're just gonna download Helium browser. It probably in the package repos, isn't it? I bet it's in there. Helium browser bin. Dude, it's already there. Oh, should we do Zen? I'm gonna switch from VS Code too. Why not? What is the Zen ID? No, not Zen browser. Wasn't there an IDE with Zen? Or wait, Zed. Oh hell, let's switch to Zed too. I wanted to try that out. It's been a while. I tried Zed like when it's like in its infancy stage where it had like an alpha release on Linux. Let's just do all the things today. Alright. Zed. Does Helium have like an import, you think? Does Zed browser even... Z editor. Oh, it's launching. I'm not using Firefox based stuff. Get out of here with that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try Zed out. I feel like I saw some screenshots of Zed and a buddy at my work started using. He's like, dude, I like it better than code. But this is just taking a little bit. Groovebox AO 1. I like 1 probably. Let's go dark mode. Base key map, VS Code, sure. VS Code. Coming from NeoVim. Use our first class implementations in Vim mode. Alright, cool. Yep. Nice. Okay. I wonder... God. Can we sign in? I'm gonna let that bake for a minute. Then we're gonna launch Helium. Redoing it all today. Alright, let's configure. Does bangs, filters, sure. Protsig extension. Okay. Allow downloading filter list, uBlock, yep. Allow automatic browser and component updates, sure. Next. What should I use for search? Cagai. This one plants trees. Quaint. Uses Bing. This one uses Bing. Just give me Google. Let's go. Take stuff with you. Transfer most of the import bookmarks history from other browsers. Alright. We want Chrome. Alright. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Alright. Ready to switch? Make it my default. Let's go. Alright. Nice. Does this Helium profile transfer between computers? I like it. I like the UI. It's way better in Chrome. Yeah, Brave's just clunky as shit, man. Crypto crap in every nook and cranny. Tons of extensions. Shitty redirects. It's a trash browser. Super overrated. That's the reason why I've been using Chrome for the past year. I know Brave people are like, nah, it's secure and private, man. Cool story, bro. Yeah. Anywho, let's go here. What do we have? AI. Well, God, you know I love my AI. Gotta get my AI buddy plugged into Zed. So let's open a project. Let's see what that looks like. Let's go Linutil. Okay. Extensions. There's gotta be like an import. Gotta be. Just hover pop up. Get diff. Alright, so let's grab like a cargo toml. So let's say I need to search something. Alright, it's got language servers plugged in. LSPs already good to go. You can configure C, Go, Rust, TypeScript on all the rest. Alright. Inline assistant. Header to controls. Search. Buffer find. Split pane. Get your zoom. I wonder what this sign in is. Huh. Tool permissions. Well, I kind of like it. I think that'll be fine. I don't see... Okay, you got Git integration. I think the big part is, can I sign in with it and use like my free version of GitHub Copilot? I know people hate Copilot, but you can actually use Sonnet 4.6 with Copilot for free. And that's why I do it. And I know Sonnet 4.6 is like, oh, you're not using Opus or you're not using Codex 5.3. I know. I just like using what works for me, and that's what does it. I don't see anything here, though. So it might not have any AI functions. Surely it does, but maybe. Welcome to ZAI. $5 of tokens, usage based beyond $5. Ooh, no, good. Not too cheap for that. That just sounds like an expensive agent panel. What's that? Let's go settings. Oh, hey, it's already ready to go. LLM providers. So I can just do this and then switch to Sonnet. Give me that as a star. Sometimes I'll go Codex 4.2. I thought it was 4.3. Maybe I'm wrong. And Opus 4.6 we can toss up there. But Sonnet is probably what I want to do. Alright, so then we got my little helper. What's the hotkey for that? Control? Question mark. Oh. Like it. Then we got to get our Vim tools going too. I kind of like it. It's minimal. Oh, GitHub. GitHub integrations. MCP, Copilot theme. Well, it said I had a Git integration, so I gotta figure out how the hell that works. Yeah, so we're on XLibre. We're switching from VS Code to Zed, and we're switching from Chrome to Helium. Because why not? Pretty soon, you guys won't have anything to bug me about. All right, I gotta look how the hell the Git integration is. Oh. All right, 1 second. Gravy. Welcome to Zed. I am a human. Oh, okay. Oh, I got Light and Origin in here. Okay, I gotta uninstall this one. Let's remove that one from Helium, because Helium you can use the OG, the better. Okay. Sign in. See if GitHub doxes me or not. Probably would. Alright. Perfect. Alright, so we've got that. Anything else? So we got man, that's kind of looking good, right? Got all my stuff. Let's get those GitHub actions, but how does... Ooh. Do I need to rebind Helium? I might need to rebind Helium to use my web apps differently. Oh. So I think I have Chrome, Firefox, a few others. Let's purge all those. Do we have... No, we don't have Firefox. Google Chrome. Stable, I think it was. Maybe it's just Google Chrome. Yeah. Purge Google Chrome. I think we had like Chromium too. Chromium's required by Mermaid CLI. Yeah, let's just get rid of both you guys then. I don't know why I installed that anyways. Alright, so Chromium, Chrome, all that's gone. Don't think I have anything else, and now we just have Helium. I mean, I'm not a big fan of GitLens. I've tried it a bunch of times. Now, let's see if now I gotta log into everything again. Alright, 1 second. So I can get chat up on the screen. The important things in life. Alright, Twitch. Okay. And let's enter that. Alright, yep, oh, whatever. Later. Click. Alright, there we go. I like file associations. Alright, great. Man, we are cooking, guys. And then we'll go pin this guy. I gotta log into Google again. Damn. Hey! Oh no, I might not be able to connect my Google to Helium. Oh no. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so it's gonna block too many services. I can't show you guys this because I'm trying to log into my Google. Uh-oh. A snag. So I use like a very, very highly restrictive Google search sign-on that requires a hardware key and a bunch of other crap for verification. It's not gonna work. Maybe there's another way. Yeah, unfortunate. We need some variation. I know, dude. How long have I had this screensaver? Forever. All right, I'll add something different. Well, actually, you know what? I think here we can add some rain on top of it. Done. Wait. We'll add some maths. There you go. You're welcome. Yeah, so the two-factor is not going to work because it blocks some of Google services, and I have a strict, like, I can't verify my Google through a phone or an external device. Has to be a hardware key. Has to be that. And if the machine can't read the hardware key, you're not signing into my Google account. So, like, Linus Tech Tips got hacked not too far back because of session hijack. Well, obviously, like any kind of discrepancy in my sessions, it just signs everything out. And so I have just like max settings set across all my Google accounts. It's a pain in the ass, especially with like trying to log into like a TV or something like that. It's just not worth it. But I sleep pretty good at night. The downside is certain browsers that block some of these things. Well, let's see. Maybe there's a workaround. Helium can't sign into Google with two-factor. Alright. Sorry. Let's take that off. Yeah. I'll have to look at it offline. And I can't pull up YouTube chat. Sorry, YouTube. I can see YouTube chat over here. But I think XLibre is pretty good. I'm going to try out Helium a little more. I'm going to see if there's some workaround I can find for my two-factor sign-on. And then we're going to use Zed. We'll do all that. I think it should be fine. Helium browser app null. Oh, thank you guys. I totally forgot about that as well. Let's go ZDWM. Pull any changes. And what were we using? ICOM, pictures, Dex. What was he using Dex for? I can't remember. Dex-A. Oh, I think that was my auto launcher. It interfaces with XDG auto start. Web app launch. Yeah. I didn't hard code this on purpose. So, if we go to it's Helium dash browser. Let's just double check we have that, right? Should be USO share applications. And I think it's Helium dash browser. Sure I don't link the wrong one. No, it's just Helium desktop actually. Alright. Alright, I'll try that out. Anything else from chats before I take out of here, guys? Because I got Helium. I'll try out Helium. I'm going to try Zed instead of VS Code. We're going to try XLibre for a little bit. I know some people were like, oh, Mango, Wayland. Yeah, I'm going to come back to Mango. I still hold hope for Mango in the future. I think there's just a couple little things. I think it's only on 0.2 release. So I really love Mango WC with the Noctalia shell was great. Great setup, but obviously for gaming and other things, not so much. So I'm going to try out the XLibre a little bit. We'll just hang out with my old setup, but see if we notice anything different. I don't know any difference that I felt between Xorg and XLibre, but I am on my inside machine. Maybe the NVIDIA side might have been a little bit better. I don't know. Yeah. And Mango WC does look better. I will say that. Yeah. I don't know. As soon as I install Helium, I'm kind of like, I really like the minimal nature of it. I just got to figure out that two-factor issue. It might have been uBlock, actually. I'm going to try it again a couple times offline. I hate trying to authenticate with stuff, with different keys and those types of things while I'm streaming, so I'll try that out again. Yeah. I'm not sure how XLibre would work with NVIDIA either. I'll try that on the inside box with an NVIDIA card. I would imagine it wouldn't work all that great, but we'll see. Like, just NVIDIA, anything out of the stocks ordinary sometimes can be problematic. Yeah, so yeah, I'll game with XLibre and give you guys a rundown next week, next Tuesday. we'll give it a whirl. Which distro dual boot, hassle-free setup? Bazite. Bazite's probably your good to go. If you just want it to kind of work out of the box, Bazite's your closest shot. I think you're fine with that. If you gotta ask, that's probably my recommendation. It's hard to break. It's close to like a Steam OS setup that you'll get. Now, the Steam machine should be coming out this year, if they can source the memory for it. So we'll see about that later. I'll buy a Steam machine for testing, for sure, because that should be fun. Yeah. Well, I'll game some more. I'll probably do some Diablo II runs and some other stuff right now. Well, I'm about to go work out here in a little bit. All right, guys. Have a good one. See y'all next Tuesday. We'll, I gotta, probably over the weekend, I gotta finalize that X11 creator for WinUtil and try and close out some of those projects that kind of are on my to-do list. And then I'll probably do something with that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, y'all. There's this.